Live from KSAT 12, the News at Noon starts right now.
New this noon, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office searching for this man who escaped custody from the Bexar County Courthouse.
This is the man they're looking for, 27-year-old Pedro Andres Escamilla. We are told he was in handcuffs and was in the courthouse for a hearing on charges of possession and criminal trespassing. He was last seen running south from the courthouse along the Riverwalk, wearing a khaki shirt and khaki pants. However, he may have taken his shirt off.
If you know where this guy might be, contact BCSO. The phone number to call is 210-335-6000.
No surprise, as the summer heat continues, San Antonio water system customers are now under Stage 3 watering rules.
SAWS customers had been in Stage 2 watering rules for 2 years. And in fact, this comes as San Antonio has been in drought restrictions for most of the last 5 years. So here's the difference between Stage 2 and Stage 3, and it's not a whole lot. Residential customers using 20,000 gallons of water or more are going to see a new surcharge. Previously, SAWS is no longer issuing criminal citations for these violations, and that's why people may notice that you're now going to get a surcharge instead on your bill. It applies for usage during the billing cycle after July 6th of this year.
As SAWS predicts, this is only going to affect about 5% of customers. It says the goal is to encourage people to pay attention to their water usage and conserve when they can. So here is what's not going to change. People will still be able to water once a week in Stage 3. Watering days still determined by the last digit of your address.
Also, watering with a handheld hose, however, still allowed at any time of the day.
All right, here's a quick look at when you can expect watering days. Again, it depends on the last digits of your address.
All right, take note of that. And we got all this information on KSAT.com as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And wish we were able to get some more notable rain across the area to just help out with the lower levels of the Edwards Aquifer and, of course, the prolonged drought that we have seen over the past several years. That scene that we're looking outside with live cam looks very similar to what we saw this time yesterday, and that's still going to be the case into this afternoon. More of us than not staying dry. Take a look at authority radar. That green that you see closer to the Seguin and New Braunfels area, that is just radar noise. We do have a few actual showers, though. Same area as yesterday, pushing across our far eastern counties, specifically Lavaca, as well as portions of DeWitt County. And that's going to be the best area to find a few more into this afternoon, mainly south of I-10 and east of I-37. For the rest of us, it is just going to be dry and hot out there. Temperatures right now, upper 80s, low 90s. If you're about to step out to any lunchtime plans, 91 already here in San Antonio, 92 in Canyon Lake, currently 90 out west. Over in Sabinal, feeling a few degrees hotter, though, when you factor in the humidity. Actual air temperatures topping off in the mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits later on this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, and there's that 10% chance for a stray shower closer to San Antonio. Again, unfortunately, most of us just not tapping into that activity today or over the next several days. High pressure in control, which means summer days will continue to just be on repeat. Daily mid-90s, isolated coastal showers possible. Into the weekend, though, we will be monitoring for the potential to see a plume of Saharan dust move into parts of the area. We're going to get you all those details coming up in just a few.
Thank you, Mia. An overnight crash on San Antonio's far west side started out as a mystery for the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. It happened around 11 o'clock in the morning. BCSO says a driver crashed near the 14,600 block of Petrenko Road just west of Highway 211. But when the rescue crews arrived there, no one was in the crashed vehicle. BCSO says emergency crews searched for the driver on foot and by air in the helicopter. The driver was not found. However, the sheriff's office says the driver probably walked into the nearby wooded area, and 2 hours later, the crash victim was located in that wooded area and taken to the hospital. No official condition was given.
There is a new push for more mental health resources in America. The American Foundation of Suicide Prevention just finished advocating for those resources in Washington, D.C. Now, this comes as they approach the 2-year mark of having the 988 mental health crisis line up and running. That'll take place next month because on July 16th, the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention will mark 988's second year anniversary. AFSP's Julie Hewitt says the moment 988 launched, it had an immediate impact, but more work needs to be done. According to the AFSP, in 2021 and 22, the U.S. experienced one suicide every 11 minutes. And suicide was the second leading cause of death for people 10 to 14 years old and 25 to 34.
That's part of the reason why AFSP is so relentless in ensuring that these legislative efforts are being made and that we're trying to get the support that we can.
AFSP wrapped up an advocacy forum in Washington, D.C. about a week ago to, one, continue telling people the 988 line exists, and also to push for 3 new bills that include funding for follow-up resources to improve the 988 line's ability to respond to those in need. For a closer look at all the AFSP's bills, just visit our website, KSAT.com.
The San Antonio Independent School District Board of Trustees voting to approve next year's troubled school budget last night. The unanimous vote came after the district showed a presentation breaking down changes to its general fund, its debt service fund, and the child nutrition fund for the next school year. The budget discussions last night included some revenue cuts to certain divisions, but specifics were not mentioned. SAISD also talked about budget enhancements like giving Martin Luther King Academy a new stipend and adding back to school, adding back some after-school programs to certain middle school levels. Problem is, the district superintendent says financial struggles for SAISD are not going away anytime soon.
I hear from families and staff and from the board, don't cut programs and service. We have to cut programs and service.
SAISD says amendments are expected throughout the school year for this budget. The district also had to make a decision later this summer on a proposed tax rate increase. Take a look at this. Hard to believe it, but it was 25 years ago. Wow. The Spurs' first championship win was front page news. We dug into our archives for this clip back in 1999. Back then, the entire city of San Antonio joining the Spurs in celebration for their first NBA championship victory after defeating the New York Knicks in 5 games.
Tim Duncan was the star. He was named the finals MVP. He averaged an impressive 27.4 points a game, 14 rebounds a game. And we can't forget Avery Johnson. He knocked down the winning jump shot with 42 seconds left in Game 5. We've got more from the citywide party that took place 25 years ago coming up in sports.
Oh, what a night that was.
Ooh.
We want to know where you were 25 years ago when this happened. Where did you celebrate? How did you celebrate? We have a poll up right now on KSAT.com/poll.
So far, most of you say that you were actually at home. Scan the QR code to answer the poll. And while you're on our website, go to KSAT Connect, share any pictures you have from the celebration. Maybe, just maybe, you went to the game in New York, or you were here at some, I don't know, bar and grill watching the game. You got in on the parade, or you got in on the celebration after the game. Send us those pictures. We would love to see them as we celebrate 25 years.
I was right here.
So, yes.
On the desk, screaming my lungs out with Steve Spriester and everybody else. Crazy night.
The Aggies, speaking of crazy night, oh, look at that sad face over there. I'm so sorry. I'm
All right.
sorry.
No whooping over there.
Oh, the Aggies with a pretty big comeback, but didn't come back far enough last night. Highlights coming up in sports. It's okay, Nia. It's okay.
Some new art now up in San Antonio, where you can find the colorful pieces and why the artist chose toys as his inspiration.
A new colorful way to welcome people to the West Side. 2 new art installations were just unveiled this morning.
One is a kite and the other is a spinning top, also known as a trompo. The artist who created the pieces says it is meant to invoke nostalgia.
Bringing back the nostalgia back to the neighborhood and community and the people here to celebrate this event because it's going to be part of them. It's about them. It's for them. I created these for them. And these are pieces that are childhood memories and games we used to play. Long but not forgotten. That's why I wanted to immortalize them. And they're out here for them to see every day and they can remember.
Brightens up the place, doesn't it? The kite features a folded La Prensa, Texas newspaper. It's the first and oldest bilingual publication in the state of Texas. You can find both pieces at the intersection of Frio and Commerce Streets. Wow.
Well, it was supposed to be a country western bingo party at Blessed Angels Community Center with a Johnny Cash impersonator. It ended up being a surprise retirement party for me. Hundreds of Northeast Siders crowning me officially retired, as well as bingo queen. I got another crown. I even got the serenade from Johnny Cash himself. This was a big surprise. I just thought I was going to be calling bingo numbers.
I want to hear Johnny.
Sounds a little like Elton.
It's kind of a cross between Johnny and Elton. That's okay. They're from the same era.
He even got on his knee.
Did he really?
He got on his knee and sang to me. It was, look.
Congratulations.
They cut away from it too soon.
Hopefully you can continue to call bingo for them, because I know how much they enjoy you coming down there and yelling out.
They are the sweetest group, and I was telling them, Adam Caskey goes down there too sometimes, and it's like they just give you so much great energy.
Great stuff.
And they show you could still keep going no matter what. And what a perfect crowd.
Nice. That was nice.
They said, you come sit here and play bingo with us.
Great stuff.
Next week.
He was pretty good. I can.
There you go.
Wow. Who doesn't love playing bingo too? That's always fun. All right, a look outside with live cam. We have got a few passing clouds here and there trying to provide some of us with a little bit of shade, but still plenty of sunshine. And that's really going to help temperatures crank back up once again into this afternoon. We'll have more on that in just a bit. First, though, a look at the aquifer level for this Tuesday, down over a foot. So again, wish we had better rain chances in the forecast. 632.3 the reading today. Here is some good news. Mold's the only allergen present in today's pollen count. They are low at 470. We'll have a full look at that forecast after this.
This is pretty exciting. This is a pretty exciting moment for us because Mike brought the boss with him today to help him out with it.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Well, we weren't going to, kind of reveal it yet, but yes.
Well,
we don't know what boss, though.
Yeah, it could be
true.
several. You have several bosses. We know
That's
that.
true. I am basically, bottom
Start with
bottom of the
Bonnie
pecking order down
and
here.
Move on
And
down.
move on down.
I get all the leftovers. However, with that in mind, the boss, we want to know, what's your favorite thing to do as a couple?
Oh, wow.
Like us?
Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're either you two together.
Okay.
I don't know. you like to anchor together,
Yeah,
or
that's
your little date night with your bosses.
We like going on vacations together and spending time together. We don't hang out at movies and stuff like that because of where we live. We just like being together and sitting on the back porch and watching nature go by.
Love that.
That's what we do.
We do. We like that. We like traveling to Louisiana and eating.
There you go.
Like eating and then scheduling more eating. It's kind of, that's our thing.
We like doing that too, trying different restaurants and all that stuff. So scan that QR code. Let us know. Hey, speaking of eating,
Here we go.
Do you like sushi? We have got a sushi restaurant here, and they have learned from the patriarch who's been doing this for about 30 plus years, all of this wonderful fresh fish. We are going to make some delectable sushi rolls for you. There was one right here, but we kind of ate it all. So, yeah, we're going to find out all about that and a whole lot more, and some adoptable animals for you as well.
Okay, that's cute.
And
Nice.
we'll introduce you to the boss.
The boss. Okay.
Yes, who's helping me out
wait
today.
for that.
Okay.
Okay, well, knock yourself out on the sushi, man. Go ahead.
Don't say it's bait.
I can't. It's,
Don't call it bait. It's actually really good.
I'll
Eat it. They bring
you
any.
knock yourself
If they
out.
bring any from
Knock
SA Live,
yourself out.
I will eat it, and so will Mia.
So Mia, are newlywed on the set. So what do you and your husband like to do together?
I was going to say traveling or trying new restaurants. Big time foodie here, but you already stole those answers. So I'm going to have to say this is a little thing that makes me really, really happy. I have been searching for rocking chairs to put on our front porch because I'm an old soul at heart. I will sit out on the front porch and I will listen to it rain on my rocking chair. I found a pair and I love them. And so that's what we do when we actually get some rain. Which last week we just hung out on the front porch. And
that sounds like a great romantic evening.
It's just very peaceful. It's very calm. You get to spend some time together. So love that. Now let's hope for some more rain, right?
I hope you get to use your rocking chair.
Exactly. I don't want to sit out there when it's hot and feels like 105 outside, which unfortunately is going to be the theme out there, not just today, but over the next several days. Topping off right near 96 degrees here in San Antonio over the next 72 hours, down to 95 Friday and into Saturday. Really, that's just going to be the theme. Mid-90s, feeling hotter because of the moisture in place. For context, our average high for this time of year, 93. So we're not all that far away from what we call seasonable for the last full week of June. What you didn't see on that 7-day is no triple digits. In fact, so far this year, we've had 7 triple-digit days, 100 degrees or higher in the Alamo City. Last year, if you can remember, which honestly, who can forget, we set the record for the largest number of triple-digit days seen in a given calendar year at 75 in 2023. That did beat out 2009 that had 59 days. So we still have a ways to go throughout the summer months, but we'll definitely take any reading below 100 degrees that we can find out there. And thankfully, that is going to be what we're going to see out there this afternoon. High pressure, though, is still very much in control. And this is going to be the main feature of our weather pattern over the next several days. And as we were talking about yesterday, it's still just deflecting all of that rain and storm making energy around the northern edge of that high pressure system. So while for the most part, we're pretty quiet here in south central Texas, it's a different story near and just south of the Great Lakes region. Now this Tuesday afternoon, a complex of severe storms continues to work its way farther southward. By the way, parts of the Midwest just to the southwest of the Great Lakes region actually under a 2 out of 5 risk for some severe weather today. Nothing like that expected here in San Antonio. And this high pressure system, as we advance this on in time into Wednesday and even into Thursday, notice it's still just going to hang out for the most part here. So that means that the heat is going to continue. So here's a look at that KSAT 12-hour forecast. Speaking of the heat into this afternoon, 96 now the forecast high temperature here in San Antonio. Partly cloudy skies will continue as well. And then if you're stepping out for any evening plans, we'll see those thermometers gradually fall into the 80s after the sun goes down. Skies will start to clear a little bit before we start to see some of that build back in by wake up time tomorrow. Here's a look at what those forecast highs look like across the region later on today. 94 in Nixon, 96 in Comfort, 97 out west in Uvalde. And with all of that humidity, it's going to make it feel like 100 to even 105 degrees in a few locations, very similar to what we saw yesterday afternoon. So because of that, a heat advisory has been issued for counties along and east of the I-35 corridor. Just be sure that you're staying hydrated, taking breaks from the heat, and also wearing sunscreen. The UV index forecasted to be at about 12 this afternoon. So that means without sunscreen, only takes about 10 minutes to start developing a sunburn. Mentioned that we will still keep that 10% chance to find an isolated shower in the forecast closer to San Antonio. The slightly better potential, also like Monday and even what we saw into Sunday, frankly, is going to sit across the coastal plains, especially near DeWitt and Lavaca County, which we've already seen a few isolated showers pop up so far this afternoon. Copy and paste that all the way through the week. Into the weekend, though, it is possible that we find some Saharan dust move in. We're going to detail and time that out exactly for you coming up in the second half hour.
Thank you, Mia.
And the Spurs getting ready for tomorrow night's NBA draft. Maybe they can start another run that they started way back when, 25 years ago, when they started to win championships. Remember that? Remember those are newspapers. Remember those things?
Yeah.
Used to get them delivered to your door.
If I remember, my hair was really short. Wow.
Game 3 College World Series last night. a win apiece. Here we go. Tennessee didn't waste any time. They got the first solo shot of the lead, and Aggies won nothing. But then Travis Chestnut catching the Vols defense off guard with a 2-strike bunt. Vols can't deal with it. Now A&M has a runner on second, then he steals third. And then that set up this. Gavin Grahovac with a rip to left. Chestnut scores just on the RBI single, ties the game. Not for long. Ball's up. It's the bottom of the seventh. Dylan Dreiling. He is the hot batter for the Vols, and that one barely makes it over the wall. That's a 2-run shot. Ball's not done. Jace Lavalette trying to make the play at the warning track, and he makes the play. Watch the run come home, and watch this slide. Inside, tags the home plate. Catcher didn't tag him, and that is a run. And then it just went on from there. Vols ended up winning over the Aggies. The Aggies actually had a pretty good comeback. It was like 6-1, and they cut it all the way down to 6-5, but couldn't pull it out. So the Tennessee Volunteers are now a 60-game winner, and they captured their first baseball national title in school history. This is what we've been waiting for. Tomorrow night, round 1 of the NBA draft. No standout star like last year with Wemby, but there are a lot of potential starters and some coveted role players in this year's NBA draft. Saturday was the 1-year anniversary of the Spurs drafting Wemby. It was a day that made for a where were you moment. We're just a couple of days away from finding out who will be suiting up to play alongside Wembanyama for the 2024-2025 NBA season. So the first round of the draft begins tomorrow night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and you can watch it live right here on KSAT 12. The second round is Thursday, and we're going to have live reports. Larry Ramirez is on his way to New York, and he's going to start those live reports tomorrow from Brooklyn. In preparation for the draft, we visited Boomtown Sports Cards to see what the trading card market looks like right now, with the Spurs owning 2 top 10 picks.
Right before the NBA draft is always going to be an exciting time for any collector, for anybody in the hobby, especially if you're a Spurs fan right around now in San Antonio, Texas. You're looking at the number 4 and the number 8 spots that the Spurs have this year. With those 4 and 8 picks, the Spurs pretty much have a lot that they can be trading as well. So it's constantly evolving. It's constantly shifting. And that's the same thing with the card market is, the second, you hear Stephon Castle might be coming to the Spurs to link up with Wemby, Stephon Castle's market just went through the roof.
It's awesome, baby. It was awesome. You guys awesome, baby. The last second. Yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome. San Antonio. Yeah. I'm representing San Antonio.
Oh, it's incredible. We're having so much fun here. It's been a long haul, and people have been working so hard, and it's just great to get it done.
I say, finally, you're only in your second year, but at the same time, you also get the MVP of the playoffs. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. I say it's a great feeling. It's beyond words right now.
Tell me about what this means to help bring it to David, too, in just your short time in San Antonio.
So much for David, AJ, Sean. The guys have been working so hard to get here, and they've just been pulling up short.
Congratulations. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Tim Duncan again.
And you can see it's just a long parade of cars moving very slowly.
Yes, and from what we understand, nothing major has happened on the roads thus far this evening.
Party your behind off. Don't break the window of my car. None of that stuff. Okay? Don't do that. Don't break any windows. Don't destroy anything. Just party. Get your drink on. Have fun. Smoke your stogie. And make a joyful noise. That's all you got to do.
That is the Party Smart public service announcement from Jaron Jack.
This party is stretching for blocks. Just thousands of fans out here. The cops are directing traffic down. There hasn't really been any big problems. One person I was talking to said, this is a classy celebration.
That's the way San Antonio was and still is. That impromptu parade in the streets culminating back in 1999, San Antonio Spurs showing off their trophy in front of the fans along the Riverwalk after winning their first NBA championship. Look at this. This was almost as incredible as the night that they won the championship. A few days later, the Riverwalk was just packed with fans. Look at all the people just watching the Spurs go down the river.
What a classy way to celebrate.
Yeah.
Nobody else can do it like we can.
No, and there's David with the trophy. Yeah. Remember all these other cities, when they win a championship, it's always down the street and to the city hall. This is the way you do it right here on the river. There's David talking. And not only did they go down the river, but they ended up at the Alamo Dome with another big party, 45, 50,000 people in there.
It was a long day. It was a long day on the air.
But it was beautiful.
And went by like that because it was so much fun.
That was the famous Avery Johnson, did the Lakers win the championship? No. Did the Golden State win? No. Who won the championship? Spurs. People just went nuts. Oh,
my favorite, though, was his quote, "I will not be mishandled."
That was.
He knew how to pump us up.
He could get the crowd fired up. So.
Will not be mishandled.
But if you remember, it was classy. We didn't overturn any police cars, didn't burn anything down. It was just like, but look at just look at the mass of people that came down to the river. There had to be 500,000. I don't even remember what the number was. It was just astronomical.
Know it was a blessed moment, and people were showing their joy.
Oh, yeah.
Just a joyful celebration all the way around. And the thing we couldn't believe is that we had that many cars in downtown San Antonio. We didn't have any accidents.
No.
We didn't have any violence, and people just had a joyful moment.
But the other thing you noticed is how much fun the players were having, especially David and Sean and Avery. You heard Tim Duncan talking about
that moment.
But to see those guys on those barges and just celebrating, it never got old. 3, 5, 7 were just about as fun, but there's nothing like the first one. So.
And they had broken our hearts for year after year after year, and then
it was a tough run.
And then we were about to go on the air to do the late news, waiting for this to be over with, and wouldn't you know it, Avery sunk that shot, and we were world champs.
So, look at David. These guys are just pumped up. So, and that was the beginning. That was the first of 5. And, people forget that they actually went to 6 NBA championship rounds.
Yeah.
They won 5. So there you go. So look at, that's just amazing.
Our Spurs. All right.
Wonderful to watch.
25 years ago.
Yeah, that's amazing.
New today at 5, wallets getting hit hard at the grocery store still. Meats and poultry, along with pantry staples, causing a lot of double takes. But are prices better or worse than this time last year? 12 on your side's Marilyn Morris is going to go to the store and compare prices for a cart of groceries from then to now. It's after Entertainment Tonight.
And we failed to point out that Mia was celebrating the Spurs championship as well.
Yeah, what were you doing, Mia, back 25 years ago?
David brought this up because I was 1.
He was 1.
So
I have a feeling you had your thumb in your mouth.
Probably.
Goo goo gaga.
Probably.
She probably had a cake, a big celebration cake for 1 in June.
Yeah, and then we could just, what makes it better than starting life off with the Spurs championship?
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's great. We've been celebrating ever since, right? Incredible.
It was a good time to be alive.
It was a good time to be alive. That's how we're going to phrase it. Fantastic. All right. Well, great time to be alive if we're in some shade this afternoon, because it is going to be another toasty one across South Central Texas. Upper 80s, low 90s out there right now. Feeling even hotter because of the humidity. We'll take a look at some of those heat index values coming up in just a bit. We do have a little bit of a breeze in a few spots. Winds out of the south-southeast generally at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. And we will still monitor, especially the coastal plains, our southern and eastern counties, to find a few more isolated showers throughout the remainder of the afternoon. Right now, the bulk of that activity is moving through Lavaca County, Hallettsville over the next 30 minutes. If this can hold together, you'll likely find a quick splash of rain as that works its way farther up to the north. Most of us going to stay dry out there and just hot. 96 the forecast high temperature here in San Antonio with partly cloudy skies. Heat index values topping off upwards of 101 to 105 in many spots. And we're just going to continue that same trend over the next several days. More passing clouds, plenty of sunshine though into the afternoons. Stray shower possible, highs in the mid 90s, and those elevated heat index values. So yes, we're also going to talk tropics and some of that Sahara dust coming up in just a few.
Thank you, Mia. Snapchat is working to make it harder for teens to be contacted by people on that app that they don't know. It's the social media platform's latest effort to stop the sexual and financial exploitation scam that is known as sextortion. The company announcing a new set of safety features Tuesday. They include expanded warning pop-ups that appear when a teen gets a message from someone that they don't share mutual friends with or have in their contacts. Teens will also get a warning message if they use chat from a user who has been blocked or reported by others, or who is from a region where the teen's other contacts are not located. Snapchat says those signs, that's one of the big signs that a person may be a scammer.
Prosecutors are urging the Department of Justice to file criminal charges against Boeing for safety issues tied to its 737 MAX planes. Aside from 2 deadly crashes of the 737 MAX jets in 2018 and 2019, Boeing has also faced a series of questions about the safety and quality of its planes. That's included the blowout of a door plug on an Alaskan Airlines flight back in January. Previously, the Justice Department and Boeing reached an agreement in January of 2021. It was to settle charges it allegedly defrauded the Federal Aviation Administration during the process to certify the 737 MAX to carry its first passengers. That settlement would have spared Boeing of any criminal liability. Boeing has told prosecutors it would contest claims that it violated the 2021 deal. The White House student loan payment plan is facing more legal challenges. Now parts of the program will have to stop temporarily. The Biden administration cannot cancel any more federal student debt for borrowers enrolled in the SAVE plan. The administration also can't roll out other parts of the SAVE plan. In July, millions of people were expecting to see their payments lowered, but now it's unclear if that's going to happen. All this is due to lawsuits from Kansas and Missouri. The states claim the Biden administration's Saving on a Valuable Education plan overstepped its authority. A judge in each state approved partial preliminary injunctions yesterday.
Some seniors across the U.S. continue to take an aspirin every day, even though they should not do it. Outdated guidance recommended a low daily dose to reduce the risk of blood clots. Since aspirin thins the blood, it can prevent clots. But experts warn that taking an aspirin every day also comes with some consequences like excessive bleeding. The latest research finds nearly 30% of adults 60 or older are still using aspirin, and they shouldn't be necessarily. About 5% of them are doing it without medical advice. Seniors are advised to talk to their healthcare professional about daily low-dose aspirin if that is still recommended for them.
It is just hot here, but there's some extreme weather impacting much of the nation. Overnight storms in the upper Midwest damaging buildings and uprooting trees, not to mention the relentless record heat. ABC's Alexis Christoforous with a look at when some people could see some relief.
This Minnesota dam on the brink of collapse, rushing waters sweeping nearby structures. Authorities in Blue Earth County warning Rapidan Dam is in imminent failure condition as communities in the upper Midwest continue dealing with heavy rains and major flooding. Residents in possible danger told to evacuate.
This water is not safe. It's contaminated, whether it be through sewage or other contaminants.
Overnight, a line of severe storms slamming into Grand Rapids, Michigan, leaving trees uprooted and thousands of residents without power. Those storms also hitting northern Indiana and Ohio. And the scorching temperatures only making matters worse. Some states across the heartland and west feeling triple-digit heat. Palm Springs, California hitting 110 degrees today. Wichita, Kansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Dallas, Texas with a feels-like temperature nearing 110.
This year is especially humid.
Today, extreme heat risk from Kansas to Texas to Florida with little to no relief in sight.
It's a super scorcher, and we're glad we're doing an event at the pool today.
But as some families find water and beaches to cool off, officials are warning of deadly rip currents along much of the Atlantic and Gulf coasts, where they say at least 8 people have drowned in less than a week. And some good news in the Northeast. Hot weather is expected through Wednesday, and then a major cool down is expected by Friday. That'll give some much needed relief to millions of Americans. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News, New York.
Outside with Live Cam. These are those clouds that you see in paintings of Texas.
Yeah, but you notice fewer clouds because we don't have the big shadow as we had yesterday.
That's true.
So you're going to have to look for your shade today.
Yes, you're going to have to time it out just right. Courtney Friedman said this the other day with a scene just like that. She called it Toy Story clouds, like the pretty puffy little cumulus clouds just kind of float in the wind.
Little storybook clouds.
I thought it was great. So we're going to go with Toy Story clouds for the unofficial term of the day. What was official, 80 degrees was this morning's low, 6 degrees above average. It was a muggy start out there. You felt that stickiness the second that you stepped outside. We're at 91 now. Our average is 93. I think we're going to be a few degrees above that, but not near the record of 103. So that is the good news. We're going to have another check at that forecast coming up. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are just in this pattern where hot summer days will be on repeat, not just today compared to what we saw yesterday, but throughout the rest of this week as we get ready to wrap up the month of June and head into July. So that means each and every afternoon, mid-90s are expected here in San Antonio, feeling like the low 100s out there. An isolated coastal shower certainly will be a possibility. But this weekend is when we could see a few changes specifically to the haze, or as of right now, lack of haze in the sky. A plume of Saharan dust is expected to move into at least parts of South Texas. So let's talk about that setup and why it's possible we could see that plume move into the region. So we know that high pressure is in control right now, which is why it's still going to be hot over the next several days. And sure, it's going to wobble a little bit farther east, wobble a little bit farther west before it really starts to make its way over to the deep south by this weekend. And that means our winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere shift in from the southeast. So as we start to see these plumes of Saharan dust move across the Atlantic and even through the Gulf of Mexico, this is the time of year where we need to monitor that. It's not uncommon. We could start to see some of that African dust move in by Saturday and then into Sunday as well. Oftentimes, this just creates a little bit of a haze in the sky. You'll notice that more milky coloring out there. Also, it'll make for some colorful and vibrant sunrises and sunsets. But when we have higher concentrations of that dust, it sometimes can affect those with severe allergies. So that's something we will be monitoring, especially as we get closer to the weekend time frame. Something else that dust can do is work against tropical development. It is worth monitoring, though. The latest in from the National Hurricane Center now highlighting the Western Caribbean and now the southwestern Gulf of Mexico over the next 7 days, giving it a low 20% chance of some tropical development. There is a disturbance moving near the Lesser Antilles right now as that continues to advance farther west. It's possible. It is not a concern for us right now. Just be aware, and we'll continue to keep you updated as that evolves in the days ahead. Until then, it's just hot out there right now. Again, 91 right now here in San Antonio. Upper 80s along the I-10 corridor northwest of town, 86 in Bernie, 88 for places like Comfort as well as Kerrville. Check out the heat index out there. We are pretty much feeling like 100 degrees already here in Bexar County. Same up in Canyon Lake, over in Floresville. It feels like 97 in Poteet, 94 in Tarpley at the moment. Throughout the remainder of the afternoon with partly cloudy skies in place, plenty of sunshine, high temperature topping off near 96, feeling closer to 105. We have those heat advisories along and east of I-35 that run through 7 p.m. And then later on this evening for any Tuesday evening plans, 88 by 9 p.m., 83 expected by 11. Avoiding the triple digits in the days ahead, which is good. We're near to slightly above average for this time of year. The average being 93, 96 is going to be our forecast high through Thursday, then just a degree lower Friday and into Saturday. And yes, an isolated shower possible closer to town later on this afternoon, specifically in between about 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. But like what we saw yesterday, I think the better bet of finding some of that activity is going to be south of I-10 and east of the I-37 corridor. We'll continue to keep you posted as these repetitive summer days continue. But until then, we're going to take a step aside. We'll be back after the break.
All right, we're going to Market Square. You think the boss showed up yet?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Oh, there she is, the boss. The boss.
I told you she was at the top of the list.
He's here.
I nailed it.
Finally, somebody to keep him in line. Thank you, Bonnie.
You know, after all these years, they finally brought me in to line him out.
Oh, and this was my idea. I don't know.
He's gonna regret it.
So since Bonnie is here, that means that Fiona is elsewhere.
Fiona is at SeaWorld. Yep. Hi, Fee. What's up?
That's right. We are here at SeaWorld and they're celebrating 60 years and the party is happening, right, Joe?
I tell you what, you can't have an anniversary celebration without a party. We're here at the Bubble Bash at SeaWorld San Antonio. Y'all having a good time?
Yeah! All right. We are going to tell you about a new ride, new shows, and how your whole family can have fun this summer, and a family 4-pack of tickets giveaway.
Love that. All right.
That's exciting, and we're here with Felicia Nino from the Animal Defense League. You guys have something big going on this weekend with your little guy.
Yes, we are so excited. We're going to be at the Pride Bigger Than Texas
festival and parade on Saturday. So come on out, meet our adoptable babies,
We will
get some
tell you
merch.
about this little baby and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live, so stick around.